So happy anniversary to Tracy and I. This month we celebrate 1 year of joining forces, and we are not celebrating with cake or anything like that. No, we're celebrating with peppers.
That's right.
It's a celebration, okay?
Right.
But no, peppers are our theme this month. Good to see you again,
Good
Tracy.
to see you.
And we are doing 2 recipes that I really kind of like a lot. One of which is being stuffed peppers. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah. So we're going to start out with a roasted red pepper hummus. Hummus is an excellent appetizer, snack, and I love the red pepper version of it. So
let's get peppering.
Let's get peppering. So I started with roasting peppers myself. You can buy roasted peppers, but they're typically jarred in oil, so it's really simple to make your own. I took 2 red peppers and I took off the core, or took off the top, took out the core, and I put it on a baking tray and put it in the oven and broiled for about 10 minutes when it chars. Once it comes out, you're going to want to put it in a bowl with some saran wrap. That'll create some steam so that I can get the skin off.
Okay.
So that's going to cool, and we're going to start making the hummus. And once that's cool, we can take the skin off and add that to it. So we're going to start in our food processor with a 1/4 cup of lemon juice and then a 1/4 cup of tahini. You might need the, So tahini is what's going to make it hummus. So all I start with is my tahini and my lemon juice. And I'm going to put the lid on and just give it a quick mix.
So once it's all mixed, then it's 2 tablespoons of olive oil?
2 tablespoons of olive oil. And we'll go ahead and put in 1 garlic clove that is minced. And then that's a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to mix it again. Again, trying to get that liquid going so when I put the solids in, it doesn't just stick and not move around.
Pulse?
No, low. So now that I have that in, I'm going to start with, this is a 15-ounce can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans. I'm just going to put in 1/2. And you can estimate that. It doesn't need to be perfect. Now we're going to put in the other 1/2. Scrape down the sides a little bit.
And if you don't have a food processor or blender, you could use
a blender,
as well?
as long as it's something where it reaches the blades close to the bottom so that it does a good job mixing. Okay?
Blend it till it's smooth?
Smoothish, yep. Because we still have more blending. So this is my 2 peppers that I roasted and took the skin off, and then I just roughly chopped it. I saved a couple pieces out that I'm going to chop as a decoration or a garnish once the hummus is done. So you can see it's really kind of thick. And so if I want to make it a little bit thinner, I have, this is aquafaba, which is the juice from the canned chickpeas.
God bless you.
So I can add either water or the aquafaba. I like adding the aquafaba because then it'll give a little bit more flavor. But I can do 2 to 3 tablespoons. So I'm just going to start with 1 and see what it does, consistency-wise. So there we go.
That's it.
Then I'll pour that in a bowl and put some chopped roasted red peppers on top, and we are good to go with our hummus.
Moving on to the next recipe, stuffed peppers.
Yes, stuffed peppers. So this is a little bit different than your traditional stuffed pepper recipe. It doesn't have the tomato sauce on it, but it is going to be delicious. So I started out with a tablespoon of olive oil that I put in a pan, and then I sauteed, that's a 1/2 pound of ground beef and a 1/2 pound of sweet Italian sausage.
Okay.
So you can do a pound of any ground product. You could do a 1/2 pound of turkey, all ground beef, I like a mixture of the 2. So I cooked that and then I drained the oil. So again, 1/2 pound, a little bit of pork and a little bit of beef. After that, not yet. After that, I put 2 tablespoons of oil in a skillet, and I sauteed 2 red onions that I had chopped up for 3 to 4 minutes. I added 3 garlic cloves that I minced, cooked that for another minute. And these are 4 Roma tomatoes. They're your paste tomatoes. They're not as watery as slicing tomatoes. They have a little bit more meat in them. And I just heated it through. So I'm going to, excuse me, pour that in. So I'm cooking all of that until it's nice and softened. The garlic and the tomatoes are a little bit more delicate, which is why I had the onions in first. Now I can add a, sorry, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That is 1 cup of cooked brown rice. You can use white rice. Brown rice has more fiber in it. So I chose to do brown rice in its place, in place of, excuse me, white rice. And then I have 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. So we do have kind of an Italian theme with the Italian seasoning.
Nice.
And the tomatoes and the mozzarella cheese. So I'm just gonna simply mix all that up. Once it's mixed up, I have a lovely display of orange, red, and yellow peppers that I cut the top off. I took out the seeds and I cut the membrane off. So once I have this fully mixed, I'm going to stuff each of my peppers. There's a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan so that it'll create steam when I have them stuffed. A little bit of water in the bottom. I'm going to put another cup of cheese sprinkled on the top. And then I'm going to cover it with aluminum foil so that it creates that steam. I'm going to cook it at 350 for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to uncover it so I can brown the cheese and cook it another 15 to 20 minutes.
And there's the finished product.
And this is what you get when it's done. Nice. So, and I cooked up extra rice because I can use that as a side. I can cut that apart and put it on a bed of rice, and it's a really good meal.
Stuffed peppers. Just one
simple.
of 2 recipes we did today. And of course, you can find these recipes by logging on to farm-monitor.com, going up to the recipe section. And I think this might be the first stuffed peppers on there, as a matter of fact. So yeah, so now
they're really good.
They are very, very good. They smell good, so I'm looking forward to trying them. But Tracey, as always, thank you for all you do. Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
We'll celebrate with some peppers.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary to you. Anybody out there celebrating an anniversary? And thanks for watching. And we will see you next month.